Greetings, this is Fashayo. I almost forgot to do my journal entry for tonight. I'm on my computer camera because I'm tired and I really shouldn't be up, and I didn't feel like doing what it takes to do it with the other camera. Plus, I'm trying to upload my video from earlier today at the summer camp. So today, I learned, or I put into practice something that we talked about the other day. I spoke with integrity to state my true intention. So, my husband and I are both very busy. Both of us are trying to, both of us are starting new careers, if you want to call it that. We're both beginning to live out what our passions are. So needless to say, if you've ever worked for yourself, it's a lot of work. There's nobody to blame, for when things go wrong. You don't really get days off. It's just a lot. So we had started putting all that kind of stuff before each other. And so what was actually happening was we didn't spend any time together. So, the weird thing is people think that you are going to have problems, that you're going to end up with these issues, that y'all are going to be fussing and fighting. That's not really the case. Sometimes you just get used to not being around each other. So anyway, my car, it was on its last leg, so I took it, to go get it fixed. He had to take me over there. So on the way over there, we really spent time talking and laughing and doing all that stuff like we used to anyway. I mean, we always talked and laughed, but anyway, you know what I mean. Time alone with just us, no children. And when we were talking, I believe in addressing things when you're in a neutral place. I don't believe in you're already fussing and you want to bring up stuff from 10 years ago. I don't do that. So I just told him, I miss you. I want to be around you. I understand we both are trying to do 50 million different things, but it would suck for us to achieve everything we want to in life and then look around and don't have each other to share it with, as far as, because we've gotten to be strangers. And so, I talked to him about it, and he told me how he felt about it and all this good stuff. And I just kind of, left it at that. And it was really good because nobody got upset. Nobody got angry. That was fabulous. And so I was at home later today. And I was cooking. I was putting stuff, in the crock pot because, we down a car. So I didn't really want to be stuck, without a car. I mean, stuck with no food, with no car, because he drives around a lot for his job. And while I'm chopping tomatoes, he calls and asks me, do I want to go on a date? Yes. So, I was just really excited. And just by me clearly stating my intention with integrity, meaning stating my intention, what I wanted, not my intention. Well, kind of. Anyway, by me stating what my needs are with integrity, as opposed to going around the bush saying something more like, something vague like, or accusatory. You don't ever spend time with me. You don't do this, or you don't do that. I told him what I needed. I told him, we've basically made a plan. Sometimes you have to do that, and it worked. You get more with sugar than shit. So I use sugar and truthfulness. And so we hung out. We went to get something to eat. We went to the bookstore, which both of us have a book obsession. So we went to the bookstore. We hung out. We just laughed and talked. And so that's what I learned today, is if I say what I mean and I clearly state my needs, then most likely, especially those that care about me, will respond in kind. That they will fulfill what it is I need in my life. I hope all this makes sense. Um, it makes sense in my head, but that's often the case that it makes sense in my head, but not when it comes out. So, on the other, on another note, today was the last day of my summer camp yoga class, and I was really sad about that. Like I was really sad. I'm still sad about it. Like I really, I don't know. I'm sad about it. Like I would really like for it to be like I wish there was some more weeks left or something. One of the kids in the class that all I can describe it, he's just a little awkward, you know. You know that kid, sweet as he can be, but just he's not gonna really fit in, with the popular crowd or whatever. But as sweet as he can be, um, and I finally had like this moment with him. I was the short version of the story is he was kind of giving me attitude in the beginning, and it was to the point where I couldn't really get him to kind of come out of it. So he went and sat down for a while. Honestly, I forgot why the baby was sitting down. The teacher asked him to go have a seat until he could be more respectful. Well, I kind of, when stuff is over, I forget about it. It's over, I'm done. So when he got up, we had to have this whole thing, once I was told why he was sitting down. We had to have this whole thing about, well, what do you do, once you've been kind of inconsiderate, rude, disrespectful, whatever. And he apologized or whatever. And I was telling him, I said, I was bragging, on y'all in my yoga class, how excited I am to be teaching kids yoga and stuff like that. And I mean, this like joy was just all of a sudden in his eyes. And what I realized, all that time I had been giving him positive reinforcement and all that good stuff, but he needed to know that I was proud of him. That somebody was proud of him, that he was like worth bragging over, that he was, that somebody's thinking about him when he's not there, that I'm talking to other people, about how well he's done. And I was so excited about that. You know what I'm saying? It's like I found his sweet spot. And for the rest of the class, he just, he really just went in. He gave me everything. His heart was in it. And the weird thing is, I was so excited. But immediately, I felt like, why did it take me this long to pick that up? And I immediately went into, you failed mode. Why didn't you pick that up? You should have picked that up a long time ago. Da da da. And I had to kind of quiet my brain a little bit just to make it through class, essentially, because I was really like beating myself up. And so anyway, I got home and I had a client, and I was telling her about it. And before I could even say like I started beating myself up, she like picked up and basically gave me, this whole enlightenment thing about it. Basically that she understood how I felt, but and I'm having to find a balance in that. And it's just the thing of, you're trying to make sure that while you are checking yourself to make sure that you are doing your best, that you're doing your best work, that you don't get to be too critical of yourself. Because I do. I get quite critical. So, yeah, that whole deal. Yeah, gotta work on that. So anyway, that's my lessons. Those are my lessons for the day. Oh, and then I realized I had a day today. I was trying to teach the headstands that I learned while I was in class, because I did my first headstand ever. Oh my gosh, I was excited So I couldn't wait to get back and teach the kids how to do headstands. And wouldn't you know that I'm trying to teach them how to do headstands, and I couldn't get past the little tripod thing. And I was like, what in the world? But then I realized I've been, like, the weekend just zapped me. Like the yoga class, it just zapped me. My body was like, listen, ma'am, it's not going to happen today. And it was cool. I was okay with it. I told them why. Not that they cared, because they just wanted, they thought it was cool that I even got into that position. But I told them why, I think more to satiate myself. But they were cool with it. And what I realized, I had to look at the way that they were with their present inability to achieve headstandness. They didn't care. It was cool that they even had a way, they even knew the process. And I was really proud of my niece, who's the teacher, because she tried it too. She didn't want to, but I've been really proud of her, like really pushing herself to see what her body can do, to see, just to see that she can do some stuff she didn't know she could do, because that's how I've been, having to push myself, and I've been really excited, and it was good to be able to share it with her. It was good to be able to share it with the kids. Yeah. My classmate Jessica said she had an emotional day too, and today was quite the roller coaster. But lucky for me, I like roller coasters. So anyway, okay, I think that is it for the day. I gotta show y'all my cute. Oh, I look naked. I didn't realize. That's kind of nasty. My daughter bought me this dress, and it's all wrinkled up. Y'all can't really see it, but it's really cute. It's tie-dye. You can't see the colors. It's like kind of red and white and blue and black. It's long. But anyway, I thought I would share that with you all. And look at these earrings. Wait. Do y'all know who that is? Ah, look at that. It's my face. I wore these with my dress. And in my mind, it makes perfect sense to have those earrings on. A friend of mine bought them for me. So, anyway, just thought I would share that. It's my journal, so I can say whatever I want, I guess. Okay, so anyway, I will see y'all tomorrow. I hope you sleep well and wake well. And, yeah, good night.